Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, and I will be your. Actually, the vitamin D is up there, but at the end of the video, I will do a 360 so you have an idea. You actually have an idea uh, where we are. And welcome to the Gazillionaires Club. I met a friend today. I've been to this temple twice, and I've talked to him. This is my second time. The first time it was quick. I don't know if you remember. You remember the first time we spoke?
I think nah. I'm getting old, so yeah, my mind is not
Yeah.
my memory is not functioning properly right now. But I will try.
So I will let him do the introduction. You know his name. What is your name?
Oh, hello. My name is Huang. I'm 22 years old. Right now, I'm working as a security guard here in this temple. And I just met him, and he's actually a very interesting guy to talk to. And he shared me a lot of things that I, haven't been thinking about it yet since, I don't have anyone here to share. I'm kind of like introvert myself. I don't have much. I don't have many people here to share my own opinion, my view about life. But since the guy came here, just like an angel sent to me, and I start sharing my thoughts to him, and he's have been gives me a lot of feedback and give me a lot of advice. So, yeah, he's actually a very great guy here to teach me a lot of things. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Huang is when we first spoke, we spoke in Vietnamese. I didn't know that his English is really good, and if you are curious, like where did you learn your English?
So I was all the progress, all the English that I learned is from I learned all by myself. Like when I was young, I been learning English since I was 5 or 6 years old, and then I started getting interesting in the language. And then when I was learning at school, and they teach in kind of style that I was first to try to adapt it, but times went on and I started much thinking more, and then I realized it is not suitable for me to learn it. That's why when the opportunity came, when I watched some videos and they talk and they talk to each other with the American accent,
Yeah.
and then when I realize it, and then I see it and I say, oh, that sounds completely different from the English that I learned at school. And then I start, to try and then change the way that I speak, like from the, kind of from British to American. It was hard at first. It was hard at first, changing from the old, changing to the new things. Is a lot of things for you to learn. But when time went on, I realized I make a lot of progress. I've been trying to build my skill, but and then I start, put off my confidence, my courage to try to talk to some foreigner, some people that speak English. And at first it was kind of hard and was kind of very nervous for me to do that
Yeah.
because it's my first time doing that, and I was afraid that I'm not gonna make anything smoothly. But and I keep trying and trying and trying, and now I can confidence tell you guys that I'm actually not having a problem anymore when talking to strangers like that.
Why English?
I uh, I don't know, but it's for me it's like the language that I've been watching a lot of movies with my dad, and a lot of it was probably in English with Vietnamese subtitle on it, and I love the way it sounds when I was a kid. The sounds, the emotion they put into the movie.
Yeah.
That's why I choosing English as my secondary language to learn. So yeah, that's the reason. It's just simple like that. That's the main reason why I choose English as the language I've been learning more like that.
So pretty pretty much he is self-taught. Like in Vietnam, if you are in kindergarten or in elementary school, uh, middle school and high school as well, do they
Yeah,
teach English as part of the curriculum?
yeah, yes.
Okay, so it kind of like in America when we learn Japanese, we in America, I remember in middle school I took a Japanese class. So in Vietnam it's kind of like that too, but he other than going to school, he spent time on watching movies, playing video games, and what was the other one?
I just
And he talked to himself.
yeah, talk to
So
myself.
so it's pretty crazy, right? I shared with Huang the story how I taught myself to write phonetically because when we look at the writing in English, sometimes it can throw off the pronunciation. So when I meet people that are self-taught, it means that they're talented. And what do you plan to do in the future?
I
Well,
plan.
how old are you first?
So I'm 22. Right now probably a lot of people think that it's still a young age for me to start building, making some progress or building a career. To say that, to answer your question, if, what am I think probably I will get some kind of diploma like IELTS or TOEIC kind of certificate so that I will help me is to build my own career.
Yeah.
Or I will probably just learn more to improve my English skill. I'm not saying I'm a good person to talk English. I'm not
I think your
saying,
English is really good.
yeah, because when you too confident on something, you
Yeah.
will make yourself thinking like you've been doing enough, and that's
That's
it.
true.
That's
You
it.
become complacent when you
Yeah.
think you're too good.
That's why I always have a mindset that you're not good enough. You're not that kind of good yet.
Yeah.
And you still need to make sure that you will learn more and more from it. But because if I learn more from it, I will learn how to, in some situations, a scenario, or maybe when I'm talking to some of my friends in a different topic, I can use anything that I've been learning for to make the conversation smoothly. It will help
Yeah.
in the reality more.
Yeah.
That's in my future. Into the short kind of answer, what I do in the future, I probably say that to improve my skill and to do the things that I always wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the answer I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah. The when I first came to Vietnam, you guys probably know, but I've shared my story, and I thought that Americans are the people that speak proper English because I've never heard any accent outside of America. So when I went to Vietnam, I met some people from Australia, from the UK, from Netherlands, and people were speaking with different accent. And ever since I came to Vietnam, I always wonder if people in Vietnam, right, the Vietnamese people, if they were to learn English, what kind of accent would they use? And why did you pick the American accent?
Oh, it's because I feel like I've been more comfortable with speaking American accent rather
Yeah.
than British accents because I don't know, it's just feel like I want to do it because it's suitable for me. The British accents, no offense, but it's amazing. Is when you talk it, you can feel the politeness between people talking to people like that. But it still have some kind of problems to me to try to learn or make it more fluently.
Yeah.
But then when American accent is why I'm choosing because like it's more natural for me to say the word, or maybe it's because I've been watching a lot of movies or kind of videos that been from America, people making it like that, and the way that it sounds is makes me really want to learn more of the American accents, or maybe I just want to be different because when I was in high school, when I was still in school, like friends, all my classmates, and even the teachers, they teach students in the British accent, and I think to myself, wow, that's. And then the words, when I hear it, sounds completely different from what I heard in the movie,
Yeah.
and I was like, what is that? How can I? Okay, so I would in that moment, I decided myself that nah, I'm gonna try learn a different way than my friends, students, and teacher teach me, and that's the way that I've been choosing American accents or that kind of American English to be as my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm choosing it. It's not much like big impact on me, but I want to be a little different when I want to be like when I was at school like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And earlier, I was talking to Huang, right? And he, one of his bucket lists is to travel Vietnam on a motorbike. And that kind of remind me when I travel around the U.S. and you guys saw the whole journey of traveling around the U.S. And then he's 22, And as of this point, yes, he does have a job, but then at the same time, he's thinking about his finance, his future, and stuff like that. And then we were talking like, so what is your goal? Like, of course, it's always money, right?
Yep.
But earlier, how like you told me, 2 millions. That's the goal that you wanna
Yeah, that's
set a goal.
that's the target that I want to achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 millions U.S. dollar, and we were talking because where he is at, pretty much where I was at when before I started my journey, even a little bit before that, I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how. And earlier we were talking about the law of attraction, and just when we first start out our journey, we gotta have a goal, and eventually, if we think about it long enough, we will take action and do something about it. And earlier, Huang and I, we just spoke, and I was like, hey, what about you get on YouTube, start documenting your journey, just make that first video, like set your intention. Hey, I want to make $2 million by this time, and I don't know what I'm gonna say, but this is my first video, and in 5 years from now, I go back and I watch my first video. Have I accomplished that goal? And I told him that there are many benefits of doing it. First of all, use YouTube as a journal. Document your journey. Constantly making video. Put yourself out there. Be better in front of the camera. Set your intention. And you never know who you're gonna attract. And I feel like I'm sharing him my journey. And earlier I said, hey, if you want to make $2 million, right? But I changed it to one. Just think of how you can provide value to 1 million people. And in order for us to provide value to people, we gotta know what kind of superpower or what kind of skill sets we have. Um, so, what is your take on it? Like, are you are you gonna make that first video?
I think I will.
Okay.
Because,
Oh, hi
you've
there.
been telling me a lot of things that I have been lacking, or I try to avoid it before. And when you start talking, it makes more sense to me. And then I realize is I have been doing nothing before.
I procrastinated roughly more than 7 years before I started my first YouTube video, which was in April of 2019. But before that, I spent a lot of time learning. I didn't do jack shit. I didn't do, like, I was just, they call it analysis, which is like learning. Paralysis, right? Paralysis means that you're paralyzed. You're constantly learning, but you're not taking action.
That's right.
Yeah, like when you start at, hopefully you guys watch this video, and then when Huang, he started his first video documenting his journey, and we can follow him.
Yeah.
So, do you? Because on Christmas, right? I usually don't post my videos. I usually make my video like 6 months to a year ahead of time.
Okay.
But on every Christmas, what I do is I usually do stand-up comedy, and I make jokes, and do you want your video to be post on Christmas?
Yeah, of course. If you really want to, if you want do that, I appreciate it. If you do that, and I just want to say to the people that have been in similar situation like me, you're living your own life, and the life you've been living here, you need to make some things to make your life less boring. Life is, I don't know, it's full of problems. It's not perfect, as you can see. You always have troubles around you. You don't want to avoid troubles. You need some troubles to help you to become a better person. From the experience that you've been through, you can learn a lot of things from yourself. And one more thing, I want to try to talk to the people, like the same happened to me, is that whenever you have some things that you really want to express your own feeling, try to find someone to talk to. It's easy when you let it out more than you try to hold it into yourself. It's not going to solve anything. When you try to express something to the person that's close to you, or even though some strangers that you've never been met before, it feels like you've been, and then they listen to you, it feels like you've been relieved that they willingly to stand here and listen to your own problems. And if you have any problem with your own futures, just relax, all right? You're not gonna, you're not going to make any things if you keep making pressure to yourself. So that's I want to say to the people that watching this and they have similar things like me, the similar problems, the way thinking like just like me like that. And and I've been thankful for giving this opportunity to talk to you guys like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I shared with Huang what I've learned when I first started my journey. Attended the Tony Robbins. Actually, I didn't attend his event, just his birthday. But Chris Crone was kind of like Tony Robbins was the mentor to Chris. So I went to those. I went to two events, but I guess the thing that I got out of it was the mindset. And when Huang and we spoke earlier, I'm just sharing that mindset with him, because starting your journey is hard. Document it, like it takes time. It's not going to be an overnight thing, and hopefully after this video, I'm gonna post this on Christmas. So instead of 420, I will post this on Christmas, which is like December 25th. And when you start your channel, just hit me up.
Okay.
He's so pretty much I'm just sharing the things that I've been through, and I get to know him because I asked him about the Vietnamese culture and stuff like that. So we're just kind of exchanging information, and hopefully from your journey, you can like when you start your channel, if you have time, go around HaLong, share with us the things that you do on your day-to-day life, and eventually you'll figure it out. I don't know where it's gonna take you, but at least you are taking the initiative to take action. The first step is really important, and I don't know. I believe in you because first of all, I think your English is really good, and the fact that you live in Vietnam, you self-taught yourself how to speak English, and also in the future he wants to do kind of like a tour guide, like a travel agency for the HaLong area. So by starting a channel, at least for him, there's going to be a lot of benefits. He in I said earlier that eventually, a couple of years down the road, he can use that channel to promote his travel agency. He can do whatever he wants because as long as he's comfortable where he wants to take his channel is totally up to him. But I'm glad that I met him. He's able to share with me his stories, his his like as a Vietnamese person, right? I told him I grew up in America. I came my second time here in Vietnam, and we're gonna stay connected. If I have any question about Vietnam, he's definitely gonna be like my tour guy and help me out. And hopefully we can connect. And you start your channel. I'm gonna be here until probably. Around March or April, but I'm still gonna come back and hopefully we can be friends and kind of help each other on this journey.
Oh yeah, sure. Maybe we even have a part 2 of this interview too.
Oh yeah. Anything you want to say to the people that are watching? I think I have like 200.
Oh
Not that much.
So yeah, for the people that are watching this video, first of all, I want to say thank you for let me have this kind of interview with you, and second of all. Well, people, look, we live like this and you just enjoy your life. Like, live like there's no tomorrow, okay? And you are being yourself. You just being yourself. Don't be like anyone, okay? Because you're not like them. Just live the way that you want it. And then just make some progress in your life. Make it by little so that you can actually showing that you are doing something, okay? Don't aim for the higher price. Aim low first. And then once you achieve that goal, you can start higher and higher, bit by bit.
True.
So that's all I want to say to you guys, right? Make some progress. I don't care how little or how much it is. Just start doing something. That's all I want to say to you guys, okay?
All right, you guys. So when I'm going to let you know when he start his channel and post that first video, and we gotta hold him accountable, okay? On whatever he said in that first video. In 5 years from now, we're gonna look back at his first video and be like, "Hey Huang, are you there yet?" We're gonna hold him accountable. But hey, bro, it was a pleasure meeting you, and it was it was a pleasure exchanging ideas and stuff like that. And eventually in the future, I you have a personality. I'm just there to amplify it for
Oh
you.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So
No
yeah,
problem.
in probably down a couple like down the road, couple of months, we will do a second interview,
Oh,
and
sure.
we'll go from there. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I will tell you the progress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do a 360, but let's see this little buddy here. Hi, Kong. Hi, Kong. Nè, coi nè. So this guy, he's from the temple. He is kind of like he watches. Is it a he or she?
I don't know.
Coi coi.
Maybe it's a he. Yeah,
She.
it's a
Còn là con
male.
gái. Male hả?
Yeah, it's a male, I guess.
Tên gì? Có tên không? Look so. So I met her. I don't know if it's a her. Let me see. Yeah, it's a her.
Hey, it's a female.
So,
Okay.
so I met her twice. The first time I came, but she's very mellow. Every time when I'm here, she's always like at the like she's always like sleeping most of the time. But today, I guess because I'm talking to Huang, and she was like, "Oh, okay, I know this guy," so I'll just come up and say hi.
Yeah.
But she watches the temple, and this is the temple that we're at. If you know where we are, drop it in the comment below, my friend. If you know this temple, let's do a. You know where we are? Holla, holler. Okay, so this year Christmas is a little bit different. So I hope you enjoy the video. And the next time when I do a part 2 with Huang, we will see where he is at and wish him the best. Ciao for now.